Okay, one of the viewers left a comment about the character Belle in Beauty and the Beast falling in love with a goat, and it made me chuckle, and it triggered a memory because I remembered when I first saw this live action character of the Beast. I said, wow, it's Baphomet. And I remember thinking this is going to be about pansexuality. So first of all, they have now made two recent movies, Maleficent and Beauty and the Beast, where the protagonist appears to be very similar to Baphomet. So these are two Disney movies where Baphomet is being presented as the hero. And if you don't know what pansexuality is, well, it's a little confusing because it's like bisexuality on steroids as it's all inclusive. So bisexuality no longer fits as it's limited to both just males and females, where pansexuality is everything, every person in the spectrum, and I believe it even includes animals. So it's just everything. It's all inclusive. And if you remember, Miley Cyrus came out as pansexual, and this was all, they were pushing this agenda they've been pushing this agenda now for a couple of years now as a normal orientation, pansexuality, relating to the god goat Pan, who is a representation of Baphomet. So this goes along with my video of yesterday that this young virginal girl is going to this castle and being sacrificed to Baphomet. And there's really just, I mean, how much more is there to say about this? I just made that video yesterday. It appears that there's just a strong case that they're pushing this as the year of the beast. They're pushing Baphomet on us again. And if you think about it, how long has this agenda been going on? So how long is that original Disney Beauty and the Beast movie? When was that? Like 30 years ago? And so they've been pushing this agenda for a long time. And now it's really being displayed. They're admitting to what this agenda is really about. And of course, there's this, gender fluid, pansexuality type of agenda that they have, and all of the rest of it. And obviously this has been something that's taken a long time to move humanity to the place where they can just say these things out loud and then say, you know what, you're homophobic or you're, backwards, you're not progressive enough if you're not, on board with this. If you put any kind of resistance, you're somehow just not right mentally. You've been pathologized and you're some sort of, prejudicial and dysfunctional person. And I talked about, and I just made another video, I don't know in what order I'm going to put these out, I made another voiceover about how they're really pushing this Beauty and the Beast narrative. It's everywhere. They're really pushing this god-awful movie. And so I talk about that in this other voiceover. I'm not going to cover it here. But I think we know why, because we have a young girl falling in love with an animal, a beast, a demonic looking animal. And so why wouldn't they push that out? And why wouldn't they push that out into little kids, especially with all this other type of agenda that we see going on around us? So it appears that the character Belle is pansexual. And so there's going to be all these girls identifying with this character. She's going to be iconic to a lot of these young girls growing up. And so they're already pushing this agenda, and people identifying with Miley Cyrus and these other people. And you're going to see this more and more become a popular term that young people will use to describe their sexual orientation, which is disturbing, of course, on a lot of levels. They're just getting people farther and farther away of connecting from God, the part of God that exists in their heart, this internal connection that I talk about so much in these videos. And they're just pulling everybody out farther and farther into the periphery of their existence and saying, yeah, experience it all. Every little thing. You should be sexually attracted and sexually interacting with everything that you come across. You're a complete sexual being, and everything is about sexuality. And that's what really this pansexuality means. And at this point, how close are we to rock bottom? I mean, that's what we have to add. That's the only question we really have to answer right now. How far are we? How far before we hit the bottom? Because it can't be much farther. All right, this is Paul Romano reporting from the apocalypse. Everybody have a blessed day.